drought to happen in my case. And in terms of the fall foliage, wild, well, right now, I mean, in my area, I mean, not much is happening, but some places outside of the city, most notably to the north and west, we do have low color, but up in the Catskills, maybe a little bit of moderate to high color there, but up in the Adirondacks and points north, plenty of peak colors are there, and as well as the eastern part of West Virginia. So, just to answer your question, that all depends on not only where you live, but also depending on how much rain there is. So, the ideal conditions for vibrant fall foliage, it would be a lot better wild just to take pictures during a really nice day. So less rain actually helps for fall foliage, but it's not good for the environment. Well, yes. Yeah, I mean, rain. Yeah, just you need sunny days, but not too many sunny days. Just enough sunny days for you to take pictures of fall foliage. And having too many of those would not be good. So that means if you have a good amount of rainy and sunny days, then you're basically going to end up with better or rather longer full foliage. But drought definitely might end up making fall foliage not quite as pleasant. I wouldn't recommend drought, even though it would start full foliage early. Alright, so let's take a look. But yeah, that's an excellent question, Wild. That is an excellent question. Let's see what we got. Okay, so this is Wednesday night. Then Imelda joins up with this this upper level low. But yeah, then you have Humberto and Imelda. Would Humberto and Imelda go out on a date? Hell no, they're not each other's type. Umberto would rather catch up with a trough that's near and dear to him, unlike Imelda, which will end up becoming its own trough. So, what does this mean? Okay, going into next Thursday, then it becomes an upper level low, and Umberto is saying bye-bye. You ain't my type, so after that, by Saturday night, it remains its own trough, its own upper level low for quite some time, thus bringing plenty of wet weather in the southeast, and then ends up catching up with, or rather catching up with the jet stream, and just become its own trough. So, in other words, Humberto and Imelda were never meant for each other. Let's take a look at the Canadian model. Let's make this quick. Okay, so this is as of today. Get Humberto, Imelda. Then that's 24 hours, Saturday night. Then after that, Sunday night, Monday night. Yep, it's the same story. Looks like Umberto and Imelda were never meant to be with each other. Oh well. Let's take a look at the National Hurricane Center, and we got Gabrielle. That's no longer a storm, so why bother talking about that? Umberto, on the other hand, is a hurricane. It is currently a major hurricane. It's got 115 miles an hour in maximum sustained winds, moving west-northwest at 5 miles an hour. And from what it looks like, it'll maintain its major hurricane status up until it gets near Bermuda, After Tuesday, it'll become a hurricane, just downgrading it to about Category 2 storm. But chances of reaching the mainland on the East Coast, very slim to almost not a chance, in my view. Tropical Cyclone 9, aka Imelda. It's still a tropical depression, but it's not officially named yet by the National Hurricane Center. But sometime this weekend, or even probably by today, it'll become Imelda. It'll make its way through the Bahamas, and then by by the middle part of next week, it'll end up as a hurricane, but slowly downgrade to a tropical storm as it reaches South Carolina. But to be honest with you folks, it's not going to be much of a rainmaker. I mean, it's just nothing much than a rainmaker, to be honest. I mean, it'll maintain its tropical storm status, or maybe reach a hurricane status, but at the end of the day, it's just going to bring a lot of rain. Just going to bring a lot of rain. Okay, so now let's let's go to Radar Omega and talk about the next 3 days. So this was as of the National Hurricane Center that we already talked about. Now we're going to talk about the 3-day forecast. Stock temperature, northern warm lows, plenty of warmth throughout much of Florida, southern tip of Texas, and plenty of cold temperatures in the morning throughout the Rockies, parts of the Great Basin. But wild, I can tell you this, is that your lows will be in the low teens in the morning. But for tomorrow night, oh no. Your high temperature will be probably in the mid to upper teens in degrees Celsius. Wild. My area, in the U.S. I mean, plenty of heat throughout much of Florida, much of Texas. And Central Valley, California, chilly lows will be in parts of the Great Basin and parts of the Rockies, northern Maine. Let's take a look for Sunday morning. So by Sunday morning, we'll take a look at it and we'll see what we got. So we got plenty of temperatures that will be in the upper. Well, for the lows, it'll be in the upper single digits to low teens in your area. Wild. For the lows, warm lows, will be in Florida. Plenty of chilly temperatures, most notably throughout the Rockies, parts of Wisconsin, and parts of Pennsylvania, and even the Colorado Rockies. Let's take a look at what's going to happen for Sunday night. Sunday nights. Take a look at your area. Wild, your area, your temperature reading could be as much as the upper teens to low 20s in degrees Celsius. For the U.S., let's take a look. Plenty of heat throughout much of the Gulf Coast. A few places in the southern plains, eastern Montana, northeastern Wyoming. Some places in the desert Southwest, eastern Washington State, and northeastern Oregon. Chilly temperatures will be in parts of the Rockies. Let's take a look at what's going to happen for Monday morning. By Monday morning, wild, your temperature reading could be as much as the low teens in degrees Celsius. Let's take a look at the warm lows for Monday morning, parts of Florida. Chilly lows will be all over the Rocky Mountains, much of upstate New York, parts of the Sierra Nevadas, the Sierra Nevadas, I should say. And finally, let's take a look at Monday night. Your reading, while it could be as much as the upper teens to low 20s in degrees Celsius, so wild. So yeah, while your temperature reading, it's starting to increase bit by bit. And let's take a look throughout the rest of the U.S. Let's take a look at the U.S. So you get plenty of warm weather throughout much of the Gulf, the lower Mississippi Valley, parts of the Dakotas and eastern Montana, in the lower Colorado Valley. Plenty of chilly temperatures throughout places like the Sierras, the Sierra Nevadas, and the Cascades. Take a look at humidity. Talk about dew point values. While you're still got plenty of humidity that's still left over for tomorrow morning, it could be as low as the single digits to about the single teens in degrees Celsius. While for dew point, take a look at the U.S. Basically, you have plenty of humidity throughout places like Florida all the way to the Delmarva Peninsula, southern tip of Texas. Plenty of moisture, abundant throughout the desert Southwest and throughout much of California. But yet, some humidity will linger throughout parts of the Northeast as a result of a cold front that's approaching. Dry air is in place throughout much of the Northwest, except for the coastal parts, though. Let's take a look at what's going to happen for... Well, Wild, your dew point value is going down, so that means drier weather is on your way. That's going to be something wild. Let me see. I was always fascinated but terrified of hurricanes when I was little. At the time, I knew they formed over water, but I didn't know any of the other requirements for them to form. So I thought they could form near my area since I'm near water, lol. I remember being so worried about being hit by a hurricane as a result. Well, Wild, actually hurricanes form in large bodies of water, but in the Great Lakes region, that's not the case because it's too small. And even though some parts of the some of the Great Lakes do have deeper depths, that still does not mean that you're going to get hurricanes. I mean, you still could get really strong upper latitude systems, but not much hurricanes though. And they do look different, in the upper latitudes. That's because it's more of a that's mostly the mid-latitude cyclones, not hurricanes. Hurricanes usually form in the tropics, and hurricanes, they require a lot of energy. They require a lot of moisture than the Great Lakes can offer. I mean, a lot. Not only that, but they need to have its own rotation of low pressure in the upper part of the atmosphere and not be obstructed by upper level winds, which tends to shred the system. I mean, if there is no wind shear aloft, then you're going to get this storm to become stronger. And not only that, but you need really warm water, though. Yeah, I figured out later on, but I was only 6 at the time. Oh, yeah. I mean, hurricanes usually don't form over the Great Lakes region. I mean, the cyclones you see are just the upper latitudes type of cyclones, but not hurricanes, though. Hurricanes require a lot of energy in the tropics, mostly over warm waters, wherever you don't have strong upper level winds, and that you don't have a lot of dry air like dust that get in the way. But wild for Sunday for tomorrow night, you're gonna get a lot of moisture though.